Howdy, y'all. It's day 10 on the Colorado Trail, and I'm actually going to go back to day 7 and recap that. So, in day 6, I went into Frisco, did some resupply and stuff, stayed overnight. And day 7, woke up, had breakfast at the Frisco Lodge, which was good. They were very kind to accommodate me with a breakfast right at 7:30 when they start, so that I could go catch the bus and get to the trailhead fairly early. And the trailhead is the Gold Hill Trailhead. And let's see. So got to the Gold Hill Trailhead. Oh, it's kind of rocky here. May struggle. But got dropped off with another through hiker. And we started talking. His name was John. He's from Montana, or Ched is his trail name, but he doesn't really like it, and it's short for like Cheddarhead, or because he's from Wisconsin originally, but he lives in Missoula, Montana now. So anyway, I just called him John because that's what he preferred. So we decided to hike together, and it was a pretty big day just to get over the 10-mile range. And this is basically between the Breckenridge, Frisco area and Copper Mountain. And going into it, I wasn't quite sure how big a day I wanted to do. If I wanted to kind of just get to the end of this segment, which I think is segment 7 from to Copper Mountain. But, and the reason is that that's about 13 miles, a big climb over the 10-mile range. And then you can't, Copper Mountain is pretty big, so you have to hike through all of it, and you can't camp there. And so you have to camp past it. And I think even past it, there's not a lot of great sights or water right after Copper Mountain. And so it would make for a bigger day. And I forgot to check how big it was. I think it was around 19 miles or something. But anyway, so John and I were pretty compatible as far as speeds, or at least he has a pretty extensive resume. He did the PCT a long time ago, like in 2002. The sun's coming, may make the camera work tough. Oh well. And he's done a lot of other trails. He's done like 700 miles of the CDT. He's done some bike packing. So really nice guy. Very chill. He described me as being high energy, which is interesting. I don't think for myself too much of that, but I guess sometimes on adventures like these, I can seem that way. Oh yeah, well, so we got up to this point, and sadly, there was more bike race, the Breck Epic, to contend with. In this case, I thought we weren't going to have to worry about it. Oh man, that sun. Look at that. Anyway, you know what I look like. Whew. Maybe this wasn't a great place to film. So yeah, like, it's just like real rocky, and it's a lot steeper than you might think. And hard to pick your footing. Anyway, but that's the trail. So yes, the race. We met a couple there that were, kind of, it was like a real sharp turn for the racers, and they were there to make sure they made it. And unfortunately, we had kind of just barely missed the leaders, which meant the whole rest of the pack was still coming. 300 or 500 riders, whatever it was. But at least this time we were facing them, which makes it a whole lot easier to anticipate and get out of the way, find a spot, because sometimes you're on the trail and there's not a good place to get out of the way. So that was pretty much a good part of the climb, because essentially they were going up the same climb just on the other side, and then getting on the Colorado Trail, a different trail that they were going up, but then they got on the Colorado Trail to go down. So dealt with that all day, got up to the crest of the 10 Mile Range. Really pretty, very dramatic views, and you can see Lake Dillon. Whew. This is Lake Dillon. You can see Breckenridge, and and then you can see Keystone as well from there. Really expansive, gorgeous view. Maybe someday I'll merge those in with this video. So we came down from that to Copper, which was a little surreal, even though we had just been in town in Frisco. You just suddenly plop down and you're in the middle of a ski resort with restaurants and people sitting outside and grills going. It's just a little weird. But they have bathrooms, very nice bathrooms. Stopped off there. And at this point, I had decided I would go ahead and continue on and make the long day. So we just hiked on, got to a real nice campground at Jacques Creek. There were some comments in Far Out that made it seem like maybe it wasn't that great, but it was really pretty. We were in a campsite kind of in between two rivers. Not really you could hear them or see them, but you could hear them. It was pretty flat, had nice rocks to sit on and put your stuff on. It's just a really great campsite. I think it might be my favorite campsite so far. Anything else? No, we pretty much had that campground to ourselves. And some people came in later and camped below us. But it was nice. So John and I had a chance to just do a little more talking and then went to sleep. And like I said, I think it was about 19 miles, maybe 18. But it was a decent day. And that's all. Thanks. Bye.